So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the same birch color again, what we've been doing on a few different things, and I'm going to mix up some of this, and I'm going to use, you might call it a wet brush. So it's not quite a dry brush. You're not getting all the paint off your brush as much as possible, but you're not going to have too much paint on your brush, and we're just going to follow the grain of the wood with a very light brush to just let the texture of the model take the paint off of our brush rather than forcing the paint onto the model. And this will create just some natural lines that move in the direction of the grain. And will start to create the illusion that there's real wood making up these two parts. So what we're going to be working on here is the handles of her hammers and then the cask that she's carrying around with her. So with the cask, the grain moves vertically here. And it's probably kind of hard to see where the little planks or little bits start and end, but so just being very, very gentle. I want it to not look solid. I want it to be a little patchy, a little rough, because I want it to look like wood, which is not necessarily a perfectly smooth material. In the last session, we finished up the leather. And in this section, we're going to continue with leather, but we're going to do a slightly different color brown for some of the straps, both on her hammer and on her arm and around her belt. We're going to do that just to create just a little tonal difference between the two leathers since they're right on top of each other on the model. And we're going to start with Scale Colors Dubai Brown. So this will be a little bit different than the brown leather and black mixture we used to base the other leather areas. In the end, the color will be somewhat similar, but enough of a difference, hopefully, that it doesn't look like we use the same paint color. There's definitely not as much of this leather showing. It's just little straps and things, so you can usually skip one or two of the layers. She's got this medallion on her belt. I just realized it kind of reminds me of a prize, like a WWF or maybe a boxing championship belt. She's the champion orc wrestler. She's ready to defend her title. So after a few layers of that, I'm going to come back and glaze in with that Dubai brown again. And we'll finish off with a little black glaze down into the shadows.